but the entire fucking
Wait,
Copa
there was
America
another.
is physical. Like I remember watching the last one. I was like, this cannot be a legal tournament. Like those guys were trying to take each other out.
It's worse than AFCON.
Way worse than AFCON.
Yeah, it's worse than AFCON. Anyways, moving on to Copa. So for Copa, we have just 4 groups to go through. So the first group we have Group A has Argentina, Peru, Chile, and Canada.
You know what was annoying me about this group? The opening game is Argentina, Canada. We're going to see Messi break from the group waist. It's unfair, but ideally, we're not meant to leave that group. Canada is not meant to qualify out of that group. We don't have the quality to leave that group. Chile and Argentina ideally should leave that group. So those are my picks for that group.
Canada didn't get any points the last time they were in the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
They just drew with France, but we all know that's a friendly.
My problem with Canada is when you watch Canada, they actually play pretty well. They just never scored. They just never convert.
Yeah. They don't have a striker.
We do. Well, we have the best striker in France.
Technically.
Yeah. So we have striker. It's just Canada, bro. It's just what it is. It's like Nige, bro. Because if you watch the Nigerian,
we're about to not qualify for World Cup.
Yeah, we have strikers and everything, but are we scoring? So
for the second
fucking time, we didn't even make the last one.
We didn't make the last one, but I genuinely don't think we're making this one. Like I've watched those games and I don't think we have hope, bro.
I didn't realize we have a new coach. Why do we have a new coach?
They don't want to play the old one now.
Yeah, exactly. The old one. After, so his deal was to end at the end of the what's that thing called, AFCON, and after the AFCON ended, he negotiated with them and they didn't offer him what he requested for because he didn't win the AFCON. But the goal was never even to win the AFCON. That was not the target they gave him. So him even getting second place was more than the target that they gave him.
So they didn't want to pay him.
Wow. And they were not ready to pay him more. And he was like, okay, fine, I'll just go.
Yeah,
because apparently they now brought in the person that won the Nigerian Premier League champion, the Enyimba coach, which is Finidi George, who's a Nigerian superstar and a legend of the game, in Germany. So they now brought him to be the coach, and we've not won anything since he came. We probably have only scored 1 goal since he came.
Yeah, man. It's been bad, man. It's been bad. So
tough.
And right now, I think we're probably like 4th, 5th in a group of 6 or so. And you have to be first to qualify and then second for qualifiers or so.
Yeah.
So
can you imagine?
It's not looking good.
Out of 12 points, we've been able to get 3 points because we drew 3 games.
So wow.
It's what it is.
There's no one. So I'll be shocked if we qualify. But anyways, back to this group A, please. Dustin, may give you a prediction.
I mean, in line with what the both of you said, Argentina and Chile, nothing. Canada, hopefully they can surprise us and make a natural push, because I think tournaments like this, that's kind of where you have a chance, right? You go there with a game plan. If you execute, you can find yourself in a good situation, right? So
I'm going Argentina and Canada anyways. Okay. I feel Peru and Chile are, I would say like there's a good chance Canada can finish above those 2 teams.
Which Canada? Like the one in North America? Or
I'm taking a chance on Canada. I feel they can do it. This might be their chance to step it up. So let's see if they do.
Okay.
So for Group B, we have Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, and Jamaica. Who do you guys have?
Mexico and Ecuador.
Yeah, ideally. Jamaica just, their name is Jamaican Rastas. That's their team.
Leon Bailey.
Yeah, but Leon Bailey is tempting me to go with Jamaica. But
Leon Bailey.
Oh, reggae boys, whatever they call themselves. Ideally, Jamaica is not doing anything. Jamaica, Jamaica loses games that they shouldn't even be losing, and they somehow win games that they shouldn't be winning. So if there's going to be any magical dark horse in that group, because they're the most technically most physical team, they can be the dark horse. But ideally, it
Jamaica,
should be yeah. Their boys are big. Yeah, they're physical.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I feel
ideally it should be Mexico and Ecuador.
the
I feel for
entire
them to Leon Bailey will have to have like a crazy tournament
yeah,
essentially.
but the
Mm-hmm.
entire fucking
Wait,
Copa
there was
America
another.
is physical. Like I remember
Yeah,
I remember watching the last one. I was like, this cannot be a legal tournament. Like
Yeah,
those guys were trying
it,
to take each other out.
it's worse than
yeah,
Afcon.
Way worse
yeah.
than
It is.
AFCON.
Yeah, it's worse
Yeah,
than Afcon.
way
Yeah,
worse.
And for some reason, they let a lot of things slide. Like the refs
yep.
allow some tackles where it's like you could have actually killed that guy. Like
Mm-hmm.
But
There's another player that switched allegiance to Jamaica from in the Premier League this year. I can't remember his name, but he's also good. It's not Bailey, someone else. Some other guy. But
yeah.
hopefully it works out
Anyways,
for
yeah.
them.
So me, I'm going Mexico and Ecuador as well. Yeah, I think those are the two teams that will come out of that group.
Mikel Antonio,
So next, Sterling they
Andrew.
should poach Sterling for
Andrew, is
the
that who you're
next.
talking about?
It probably is. I think Antonio was one that switched from where did he even
And then
switch
they
from?
also have
Somebody.
Damari Gray. They have Bobby.
It was Gray or something. I don't know.
They have Bobby Cordova. I
Yeah.
remember watching a TikTok of them and they're like asking like who the most famous player they know.
And they were saying it's Leon Bailey,
They're
who's
saying
photos on your contact list.
yeah, all they were
Yeah,
saying
people
Leon
say-
Bailey, Leon Bailey.
If they click, they can go out of the group.
on.
Obviously. Nothing more than that.
I mean, you have
Homo
I've been holding myself from saying that honestly because I didn't want to sound ignorant. But thank you, Andrew.
If they score, that's all I'll be shouting for 1 week.
I mean, you have an attacking front three of Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio, and Damari Gray, and they all are like decent players on those wings. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Leon Bailey is like a top 10, top 20 winger on the right.
In the world or in where?
In the world or whatever. Like
Maybe
top,
Prem.
or maybe Prem, top 20 or whatever you
In
want.
Aston Villa.
Based off this season, Leon Bailey is probably like a top 20, top 30, like right winger. Like go look at his numbers too.
Okay, if you say top 30 right wing guy in the world, like maybe
Maybe in Premier League. I don't know how you guys. I don't know how you guys.
In Premier League, if you're saying top 10 right wing guys in Premier League, I can agree to that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a better way to put it. Okay, so maybe top 10 that would work better for him in that case. And then Damari Gray, I don't even know. This guy was good at some point, but we still know he's very like I think his potential is like that of Ademola Lookman, right? But he just hasn't lived up to it, right? But I think you can see similarities in their game. And Michael Antonio, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he's just someone you don't know what to expect from this guy. Like he can score a couple goals. We know he's quite clumsy or he looks clumsy as a player, but he can get the ball into the nets, right? And if you're not wary of him, then he can definitely punish you.
Yeah.
So they have a chance.
Yeah, they do for sure. Anyway, so next group here we have Group C. We have USA, Uruguay, Panama, and Bolivia. I'm going Uruguay and USA. Anyways,
Yeah, 1 and
Uruguay
2.
finished top, and USA finished second.
USA. Do they have a shot realistically in this tournament?
They have
Like to win it.
but those guys are not just serious, man. Like
You know
You
what?
want to win it. You don't forget that this is their first Copa America. They're not winning anything. They don't even know what
they're not winning it.
They don't know what they signed up for.
They can be better.
I'm actually surprised that US haven't done a better job like poaching players the way like England have. Like there are a lot of players that I feel like US can kind of like just claim and potentially like build a team around those guys. Like I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm sure the US would have a lot of like mixed players that potentially could join a team or form a team.
Here's the issue, Tosin, right? The reason England are able to poach a lot of players is because a lot of those guys
Play in the league.
players and they grew up in England, right? So a lot of those guys go to academies and whatnot. So for the most part, they are English, right? But on the flip side,
USA players have to go outside of
anybody developing themselves in the US, right? So
Mhm.
so a lot of these guys, as much as USA have the power to do certain things, right? It's just like at the end of the day, those players are not, homegrown. Like speaking from the
Yeah.
USA's
Well
perspective,
said.
right?
Well
So
said. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like if it was basketball, for instance, that's where, for instance, you see someone like Embiid now, for instance, how they're able to poach him
Hmm.
because the NBA is the best league in the world, essentially.
For sure.
I feel that's how, yeah, maybe that's why they're not able to poach guys like that. But yeah, Andrew, what are your thoughts there?
Man, I don't really see USA qualifying. So me, Uruguay, Panama. I just don't see them qualifying. USA is not just this is Copa.
Panama, what USA is kind of crazy, dude.
This is Copa America, bro. This is not Panama.
this nigga tweaking.
They're going to 2 foot tackle where and all those. What's that guy's name?
I get what you're saying, though. I get
Like
what you're
it's
saying.
not.
But
Like,
you know what sucks for USA?
Did you watch USA Colombia?
Yeah.
How many did they give them?
5-5.
Exactly.
I know.
Andrew, name one player on Panama.
I don't need to name any player from Panama. It's USA we're talking about, bro. Ghana was piping USA that year. Anybody can pipe USA now. It's football now.
I feel they would qualify just because they are significantly more talented than
It's
Panama
Copa
or
America. I
Bolivia.
don't know why you're talking
No,
about talent.
I hear that, but because of that is why they won't go past, the first stage of knockouts. But also, USA is a disappointing team in general because when it comes to talent, I think they're one of the more talented teams, but they're just never able to convert their talent to anything. Right? Maybe it's just because it's USA and football, so maybe it's just not for them. Like you see guys like Pulisic. Pulisic has been hanging on potential for the last 5 years. Doesn't want to make the next step. Right. So I feel like that's what they suffer from with most of their players. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to the last group. We have Brazil, Colombia,
This is the toughest group.
Paraguay, and
Yeah.
Costa Rica.
That's a group of death.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think this one is easy for me, Sha, Brazil and Colombia.
It might be easy for like you to just say Brazil and Colombia, which is obviously what 3 of us are going to say. But the games are going to be tough. All games are going to be tough. There's no easy game there.
Not for
Even
Brazil.
in Brazil,
Are you guys forgetting who Costa Rica is?
there's no easy game there. There's really no easy game.
I think Costa Rica, maybe easy is not the word, but like I think they would deck Costa Rica comfortably.
There's no player from Costa Rica that we know.
Yeah, and also the last World Cup they were quite ass, bro.
They were ass and all that. Look at this.
Campbell is their star boy.
No, they have a good keeper.
Campbell from
They have
Arsenal.
Navas.
Yeah, but that's their star boy.
No, they have Navas now. They have Kilo Navas.
That's the keeper, man. I beg.
Look at their stats.
I mean, that's how
Against who?
he made his name though.
Against who? But yeah, so it's like when you look at their team, I can't. It's so bad that I can't even tell which one is.
Now we can skip this. We don't need to like.
But anyways, like Costa Rica,
Look at how
they're very okay team. But guy, they are beating teams that
ideally
that are even way worse, like teams that didn't make it essentially, right? So, but yeah. Anyways, so wait, anybody have anything different from Brazil and Colombia?
Nah, you good?
Yeah.
Nope.
So
good.
I think next thing here is for us to, for a roundup, is speak on our dark horse who we think would win and any standout players you I guess you expect.
Oh, this is going to be very, very interesting for me. This is like what I'm waiting for.
I already have my answer.
Yeah, let me jump in. Mine is pretty straightforward. I think Brazil finally win this. I think they take out I don't know if we call it the distraction or the pressure that Neymar had on that team. He's made it to the finals like the last time, all that good stuff. But I think now they're able to play as a team because most of the players are at like at par and they're like equal stages in their career. Like especially when you look at like the front three, some of the more established players that we know within the team right now. So Brazil are favorites for me. Dark horse. Are they really dark horses? Argentina always just have a chance with Messi. I guess they're not really a dark horse, but
Yeah.
they're my second favorite to win. And player of the tournament, again, another someone from Brazil. It could be Vinicius, it could be Rodrigo, but just for this tournament, based off form and everything, I would like to go with Rodrigo. Vinicius, if he plays well, I think he wins the Ballon d'Or. But let's see how that plays out.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
going to go?
yeah. Mexico is an exciting team in this in football generally. I mean, and I feel like in this tournament, but the last group, Colombia and Brazil, I feel like that's where the winners will come from. So my dark
I
horse will be
agree.
Colombia, and my winner will be Brazil.
This guy stole my
I feel
this thing bar for bar, man.
Colombia is one of
Yeah,
the
bro.
best teams
They're
like
in
I've
form. They're
like in
like
the
the most
world
informed team right
actually.
now. Yeah, they've not
Yeah,
lost in
like
2 years.
like they're playing solid
Yeah,
football,
yeah, yeah.
and
I
it's and
agree.
they're scoring goals from left, right, and center.
Oh
They don't even need
yeah,
to get to your
they
post.
have
They're shooting from
Nunes.
outside.
I said
They,
Nunes. They have Diaz.
Yes, yeah,
Diaz on the
yes,
left.
yeah.
So they're very good. But yeah, now let me now land on the point I was trying to make all day. This is Hendrick's tournament, right? Hendrick is in this tournament not to win the Ballon d'Or or all that. Hendrick is in this tournament to make his name. So far, I've been watching Hendrick. He has not played a game with Brazil and he didn't score. So far, Hendrick is in this team. Hendrick is going to score crucial goals. Hendrick doesn't score. He doesn't play full time, so he doesn't score. He's not playing the game to win. He's just coming at the end to score that goal, that all important goal. It's going to be a super sub. It's going to be the Chicharito for Fergie. That's the player Hendrick is going to be. So it's going to be the key factor for Brazil in this tournament. Rodrigo, Vini, they will play their full, they'll get more playing time. But if the game is locked anyway, like it's a 1-1 game, 2-1 game, it's a bit dicey. Once Hendrick comes in, the game changes. People think Hendrick's football is about control, speed, shooting, passing. It's not really about that. If you ever have time to watch Hendrick, like a full game of Hendrick, you understand that he's just an opportunist. Is the
Yeah, he reads
Inzaghi
the game.
is a
He reads the
new
game.
yeah, it's just like the new version of Inzaghi, the Nistelrooy of 2002. They're just here to win. Just one touch, one funny kind of goal that will just settle the thing. I don't know. I think it's like luck that is on him, but it's something that
I know
Brazilians
what
are
you mean
seeing in
because
him.
there are certain players, right? And I feel
Yeah,
like that's the comparison you're making where you can't really point out
what they
so
do,
much about them, but they just score.
score that goal.
They just get involved, right?
That's all.
And I'm not making a direct comparison here, but like just for reference, maybe someone like say Dele Ali, for instance, where it's just like when Dele Ali was playing his best, like it was not like Dele Ali was the fastest guy or the nastiest finisher, or you can say he just always found himself in the right position
Yeah.
and to
That's
score, right?
exactly the point
And
with Hendrick. That
I
position,
feel it's a talent. I
Hendrick.
feel like it's some form of
Yeah,
like
it is.
talent
It
that
is.
is unidentifiable. Like you can't really
Yes.
pinpoint what exactly it is, but
Yeah, I
I
agree.
agree with you guys completely. Sorry,
Yeah.
I wanted to do something quickly. I wanted to change my dark horse to Uruguay. Sorry, so I'm going with
That's a
Uruguay for my
solid
dark
team too.
horse. Yeah,
I didn't even think
Yeah,
that far.
that's a good dark horse. So.
Yeah, that's a tough team.
But yeah, but based off on that as well, Tosin, just like there are players like that, right? Where because you don't teach those things. Like I'm
Yeah,
a firm believer you can improve your positioning and IQ and things like that. But like there's a knack for goal that some players have that you can never teach it, bro. Like
and
you
I
get
saw that.
and
I saw that with Bellingham when he joined Madrid as well, and even when he played for Dortmund. Like
yeah,
when you watch some games by Bellingham, a lot of people come out and criticize that. Oh, he's not even that good. He's not that this. But certain players just have that quick reaction or reflex or whatever it is that puts them in the position to always score.
so
Like
yeah,
you can look at different scenarios. Like Endrick, for example, I barely watched this guy. I barely watched some of the Brazil's like games, but he's always scoring whenever he's brought onto the pitch, and you cannot, as a defender, understand it because a player like that should be playing the full 90 minutes. When you bring him on when he has like 30, 40 minutes and people are slightly tired or this or that, he's going to take advantage of that every single game. Every single game. So if that's their tactic, it's definitely going to work. I agree with you, Andrew.
I think it is their tactic. If you look at their preparation games to this cup, like there's just no reason why it will happen 3 times in a row. Like there's no way you can call that even coincidence. It's obviously a game plan, and obviously the boy understands what it is. He knows how to read the game. He knows where to
Yeah.
be.
And
It's not that
he has watched offensive
exactly.
what is coming on, so he understands what's going on too.
It's like when you're playing game and you just imagine that okay, if I'm here, I'll be the one. Like you've already done everything in your head, and then you go there, and then the ball comes, and you just do it the way you imagine it. I think he has that. It's like a spirit guiding him. It's just
Yeah.
weird, and it's going
And
to be evident in this cup. And we're all going to be surprised. That's
No,
what I think.
but what it is when you play within a team like Brazil that creates a lot of those chances, one of them are bound to go in. If you're a good player, if you're a player that has, you know,
Facts.
the right mindset, you're always going to put yourself in. And that's why you need a player that's young and wants to prove himself, because that guy's going to go for
True.
every single chance, like every single cross, every single like attempt on goal. He's running for the rebound, like every single opportunity to put himself out there. And no what I would say, but this guy's an industry plant.
It
He has
is, and that's
like
how he plays the game.
I don't know. I don't have any other way to say it, but literally, like, I've never seen a situation where a player has been like put on such a high pedestal, and he just keeps showing up in the moment. It
It's
doesn't make sense
scary.
to me. Like it is. You know, there could be some stuff to it, but
yeah. But yeah. I mean to round it up, at least this before I give my prediction, is we have like the two players that come to mind, right? And I feel like players always undermine what they did. Is like say someone like Lampard, for instance, right? I feel Lampard's one of those players where he just always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Do you get what I'm saying? Where you're just like, okay, how is this guy always perfectly arriving in the box at the right time? Or if the ball is coming out of the box, even Gerrard as well, like
mhm.
they just always seem to be there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's not like they're playing professionals that aren't aware of that, but like in the moment, they just know how to read those things. And then the other player that I feel people don't give enough credit for that is Ronaldo. People talk about how Ronaldo, tapping merchant and this one and down and down. And it's just like, it's even same thing with Haaland too sometimes. It's just like, it is like, it is a skill to be able to place yourself in those positions, right? A player that is only scoring tap-ins, bro, best believe
There's a reason why.
there's a reason why he's scoring tap-ins. Like, it's not because of everything everyone else wants to push based off of their agenda. But there's a reason why any striker in this world that could have the chance to score tap-ins, why would you not pick a tap-in over a difficult, like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
So I feel like
Yeah.
players don't get enough credit for things like that. Where it's just like, oh, this guy's a tapping merchant. And it's just like, bro, like you're undermining everything this guy does up until just the tapping. It is not easy to find yourself in a position where you just tap in.
I think
Right.
I think Ronaldo. And I don't know, Kaidi, maybe you didn't see him being given credit for this, but I think a lot of people recognize that when he moved from being like a winger to a striker, because he was scoring goals at such a high rate that we had to give him credit for something, like because he was scoring the goals from outside the box as well. But when he started playing for Madrid, he
Yeah.
was scoring a lot of tap-ins or like headers and things like that, where
Yeah.
like he was just in the right position, and it looks like he's always in the right position, but he puts himself in that position like 10 times in a game or more. And then when he scores those goals, you're like, oh wow, he just happened to be there. No, if you watch a lot of clips before that, every time a good midfielder has the ball, is looking at chances, he's making that run into the box. He's making
Making the right run,
making
not
the
running anywhere.
exactly making the right run, thinking that okay, if the keeper punches it out, where does the ball come to? These things,
Yes.
some of it is
Yeah.
some of this is
Also,
instincts, like
It's not
also,
easy. Oh.
also, Tosin, there's a lot of times you because as an attacker, right?
Mhm.
If you make runs, right? So there are a lot of times where on the field, there's like probably 10 places you can make a run towards, right? And by 10 places, I'm just saying, like, if you want to be really, really exact, like maybe the left side of the box, the left corner of the box, like things like that, right? But you're also using your brain to understand that, if I make my run to the left side and the pass comes, it might be harder for me to angle this and score from here, or I might have to pass again versus, if I go far post, that way, if this guy makes this cross, all I need is a touch. Like, little detail like that is where the difference is made, where, someone like Nicholas Jackson is running to a stupid position where it's just like, bro, how do you want to score from there?
How do you
Like,
want
you
to
get what I'm
pass
saying?
you when you are there?
Exactly.
I want
How do you
to.
want to receive that pass? Like, bro. So it's things like that that stresses you sometimes, and that's why it's annoying when certain attackers are not given credit for being in certain positions. And someone that is also good with that too, which was the annoying for, is like Nunes. I feel like Nunes has a knack for goal, but he'll get in that position too and just
Finishing.
is his own problem is his finishing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Well, anyways,
I'll make sure I tune into like most games like that Brazil is playing. Especially, I want to study this Endrick boy. It's very scary. And then I also watch Uruguay's games and Colombia's
For
games.
sure.
Definitely, those
yeah.
are teams to watch.
But yeah, so anyways, so my own prediction, Sha, I feel I'm torn between Brazil and Argentina. But I just feel the story just goes for Brazil right now. Like, it's just one of those things where everything just points towards Brazil winning. So I'm going to go with Brazil, and I feel like Messi has to have like a special tournament for Argentina to win, and I don't see Messi having like,
He's not even on
a
form
special,
as a player.
yeah. So I
No,
don't see
he is.
him
He
doing
is.
any.
He is actually Andrew.
He's playing well. He's playing well for
No,
for
that's
Miami
that's not
recently.
form.
I
Anyways,
mean, by Messi standards, sure, but like you
that's
can't.
what I'm saying.
It's not. But he's been playing like he's playing very well, like for Inter Miami. Like, he's involved in all their goals,
As Inter
literally.
Miami is MLS. I mean,
I
like
get that.
you know the form that he was on last year before the season ended. That Inter Miami form and this form are completely different. That form was
No,
insane
no,
when he
but yeah,
first
but I mean, it
joined the
was
team.
after World Cup now. Like, he joined
Yeah,
Inter Miami after World Cup.
that form is not the same form as this form. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
but
saying.
Okay.
yeah,
I
yeah. I
want. I
mean,
want to do something quickly, right? So Argentina should still be favorites to win outside of Brazil, and I just want to read out a few players on the
They're the world champions, so
exactly. I feel like they're the team to beat. Like, realistically, I just want
yeah,
to reach
yeah,
out a
for
few
sure.
Argentine players like Ganacho. I'm going to leave out Di Maria. I didn't want to talk about Di Maria. Let's say Alvarez, Enzo, Dybala, Romero, Alex McAllister, Paredes, Lisandro Martinez. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. Otamendi, Lo Celso,
You have
um,
guys.
Acuna. Um,
sorry. You're making one mistake. Olympics is happening at the same time. Some of these players are going to join the Olympic team. Like
really?
yeah.
Oh
They have
yeah,
to send two
that's
two first team
crazy.
players. So it's not all of them that will be there. I think Alvarez has already signed up for Olympics, but I think he's waiting for confirmation from Man City or
They
so.
also
Because
have Lautaro Martinez.
yes, no, that team is
Yeah.
solid.
They
No,
have
they're solid team. Oh.
they have Rodrigo De
Dybala.
Paul. No, they have Dybala. I already mentioned Dybala. They have Rodrigo De
Uh,
Paul that plays for Let's Go Madrid.
mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, again, that's why I'm torn between Brazil and Argentina. But I don't. I just feel like Brazil edge it out. But obviously, I won't be surprised if Argentina do win. My dark horse is Colombia for sure, without a doubt.
yeah,
And player, I'll just go Vini. Honestly, I don't really have any serious arguments for this one, but I just feel like of all the players, like just seeing how his season is going so far, I think it's one of those things where he'll just, when you're just in flow, right? I feel like he'll take it right into
Yeah,
the Copa, and then,
yeah, winning player of the tournament for me,
yep.
ideally.
Well, yeah, so that brings us to the end of our predictions for Euros and Copa.